Hello and welcome to Gundam Customs review of Boku no Hero Academia Chapter 106. This week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia, to me, is 10 times better than last week's chapter, which was practically Midoriya dealing with Slime Girl. Yeah, practically a recap of last chapter. But this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia starts off practically with Todoroki, who just got done taking down his second person, or maybe more than that, I'm not 100% sure. But with this, he actually gets to go on to the next part of the exam. Now with this, Todoroki goes into the winner's room, in which you find out that once people are winning, their spots are all disabled, so they can't really get theirs hit, and it seems that the data from those spots are actually sent to the examiner. So with this, they can tell who's out and who's still in, and who's won. So with this, Todoroki goes into the winner's room. He mentions how many people that are winners that have already been there, and we get Inase, who's actually talking to some random guy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of random guys. Not yet. Like, random guys who come in and become cool characters, that's gonna be a myth. But at the moment, they're just random people, so boo. But with this, we kind of go back to Midoriya, who has the slime girl kind of run away after Uraraka and Seto both come in to save him. Yep. Now the team of one is now a team of three. Yeah. With this, the three, kind of chase off the slime girl, which we still don't know a name. I kind of want to know her name. I know if you still want to kind of know. And what's your slime look like? Does it look like a skin slime, like a skin-colored slime, or is it like green or red, or I'm not sure what her slime looks like. I kind of want to see it though. That sounds weird. She's gonna be one of my favorite female characters in this series if she stays longer than what happened. Now with this, as she runs away, she's more or less saying to Uraraka that she is actually really trusted because Midoriya trusted Uraraka even though it wasn't really Uraraka. But with this, we actually know that she seems slightly jealous, it seems, in my opinion, towards Uraraka. So maybe another love interest for Midoriya. How many is that now? Let me see. Uraraka, Asui, Toga, May, practically every female character except for Momo, who's probably going to be with Todoroki. Still one of my favorite shippings in this series. But with this, we actually have the three of them start to talk silently, or well, quietly, and more people are coming. With this, Midoriya's like, our group is was kind of hard to deal with because it was bigger, and with all the big groups going in, they have to find a way to rotate kills so they actually can all succeed. Now with this, um, Sero mentions that why were they all in a big thing at the beginning, and I'm not sure what exactly Midoriya's answer was, but I'm pretty sure he was saying like their class is pretty good at having a lot of people with quirks that can suppress a lot of people. So with this, you actually have, for example, Sero, who has his tape, which I'm guessing is one of the main reasons Horikoshi brought him back this week. I know he's in there sometimes, but he doesn't really ever have a really good role. Like, he fails, he fails, he fails, he fails every time that I've seen him, really. And this may be one of the redeeming times for this character, but he might get beaten too. So I hope that's not what happens. But with this, we actually have people kind of coming up behind them, and Midoriya's like, "I'll distract them. You guys hold them down or suppress them so we can take their points and boom." But with this, we also have a meanwhile in another part of the place, somewhere at this exact same time, kind of thing happened, and we are with Denki Kaminari, who's freaking out. At first, I was like, "Oh, Kaminari's freaking out. Okay, that makes no sense, but okay. Well, it makes sense because we're all like separated and all that. But then you actually see that he's with Bakugo, and I'm like, wait, where's Kirishima? And with this next panel, an ugly mess is shown, and I'm like, what? And it's one of the Shiketsu kids who has this big mess with him. And what I find out is that that big mess was Kirishima. I am mad as heck. You know how much I want to go into the manga. Just go up to the Shiketsu guy, even if I didn't have a quirk, and punch him right in the face. Horikoshi, why? You hate me so. Poor Kirishima. But with this, Kirishima and a whole bunch of other characters are turned into these messes of flesh and their body parts. Now with this, we actually have him kind of say that he's liked UA, but he doesn't really like to be compared to them. And then he says he hates Bakugo because of, I'm really not 100% sure why he doesn't like Bakugo, but I'm pretty sure it's just because of how he behaves. But with this, we actually have the guy from Shiketsu turn his hands into, like, what seems like slime. Maybe it's a Shiketsu secret, in which, like, all of them can turn into slime. Actually, that'd be kind of creepy, but cool, too. Would that mean that Insei could turn into slime? Imagine that. God, no. No! No! I'm just kidding with you guys. But that would be kind of creepy if all of them could turn into some kind of slime. But with this, you actually have the characters kind of fight within those two, and we go to another group of characters, Miss Jokes and Mr. Aizawa Sensei. Yep, their conversation is kind of similar, but or kind of the same as normal, but with a little bit more baggage. Miss Jokes asks if Aizawa Sensei wants any gum. He says no, and then he more or less says that like she more or less says that it's kind of bad that Shindo kind of made it so no one can really see, which if Shindo is Dabi, I know, I'll always pull up this theory every now and then, on every video with Shindo in it, I know, I'm really sorry guys, but he could actually pull some, if any villain show up this arc, because of that confusion, I am blaming Shindo, and I'm believing Shindo is Dabi. I still believe that even if it doesn't happen, still. Until the two meet each other, I will believe that is the same person. I'm stubborn, I'm sorry. But with this, we actually have her say that, and she's like, Aizawa Sensei, are you worried? And practically, Aizawa is more or less like, I'm not really worried, but the two people who can make my class, or make the class of 2A, or 1A, really do stuff are polar opposites and are kind of hating against each other, which at first I'm like, wait, I know Midoriya because Midoriya is Midoriya, but then what about the second one? Then I kind of thought about it, or well, the panel showed me, it was Bakugo! Yeah, it makes sense now. Though Bakugo is more of the reckless side of it, like, makes them want to fight more or be more aggressive in this kind of sense, or at least in my opinion. Then Midoriya is more or less of the typical hero who's like, go in and save everyone and doing all that. The two of them do always kind of hype up the rest of the class, which makes sense. Now with this, it actually ends the chapter with them kind of doing their own little thing. Now, I really liked this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. It was jumping everywhere, but I still felt like there was a lot, personally, a lot more going into it than last week's chapter. But it could also have been like what I said, if I did mention in last week's chapter, that I actually did kind of before this read all like 90 chapters in like a day or two. So, like, I was like, reading. So I guess I'm not used to a slow pace. So I'm sorry. I'm really used to fast pace. But hey, I can do the review for you guys. So we gotta go through it together. Now with this, the chapters ended and I really want to know what you guys think of this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. I really enjoyed it, mainly because of maybe the conversations between, like, Sero and, Midoriya, or just the team up between those two. And maybe that Kirishima's back, but I'm kind of angry because Kirishima's now a blob. Hopefully he gets brought back and he can finish the exam and do really good because I want him to win. I want him to win. Yes, I'm a big fan of Kirishima's. And I'm pretty sure Bakugo's going to do something to bring Kirishima back. Yeah. With this, I actually can't wait for next week's episode. Or chapter, not episode, sorry guys. But I look forward to each and every chapter. Each chapter, even if it's slow, like the last week's chapter, to me, it was really slow. But if it's slow or fast paced, it always adds some information, some depth to characters, some depth to the world itself. Now, I really love Horikoshi's work with this. I am a big fan of his work. I want to know what you guys like about this series, what you guys like about Boku no Hero Academia, what you think will happen next week. I really don't know what would happen next week, except for maybe Bakugo versus the guy who just or maybe the gooey arms, but turned his arms into really explosive hands. With this, what do you guys want to see for next week's chapter? What do you guys think is going to happen next week's chapter? And do you think Kirishima's going to be back to normal? If not, I'm going to be really, really mad. I'll go all Shiketsu slime on the Shiketsu team. Yeah. Yeah. Without me being triggered, I am so sorry, guys. I will end this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia's review from Gundam Custom. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, subscribe if you want more. I don't really care if you subscribe, as long as you guys enjoy my videos. But comment anything you really want to say to me about this chapter, about the series in general, or really just anything about Boku no Hero Academia. I hope you guys enjoy, and have a custom.